Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, hits to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30. Needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline. Breaks a third tackle. Comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle. Swings down the sideline. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking, got it, post, and it's good. Touchdown! Touchdown, 49ers!
It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell, intercepted! The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman, his redemption! Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown! No greater redemption!
The San Francisco 49ers, we can do whatever we want.
Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike from Nothing But Niners Crew. And guys, I am here. Now listen, I know. You guys are like, you waited until the second they kicked the ball off to start a preview show. It's okay, guys. If you don't catch it live, I understand, man. NFL football is on a Saturday. Happy Saturday, man. Happy NFL Saturday, guys. Let's take a cheers to that. Let's go, man. NFL football is back. Meaningful games, too, late in the stretch, down the stretch here. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to run through some formalities really quick. And if you don't catch us on the live, it's okay. Come on back, watch it again, and leave some comments down there, okay? First and foremost, if it's your first time here on the YouTube page, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Please turn on your notifications so you know exactly when we are going live. I appreciate the support from everybody out there. You guys are a pivotal part of what we do here at Nothing But Niners, so I sincerely appreciate it. Also, follow us on some of our social media platforms. We have Snapchat and X. Those handles are Nothing But 9 ERS. That is the number 9, Nothing But 9 ERS. And then we also have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. Those handles are spelled all the way out. That is Nothing But Niners. If you're following on Twitch, it's underscores between the words instead of spaces, okay? And then last but certainly not least, head on over to our Patreon channel, man. A lot of bonus content, live game day content over there. We have a great time. Patreon.com/NB9ERS. Again, that is Patreon.com/NB9ERS. Different tiers, different cheers, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's go out there and have some fun. Let me go ahead and bring my man Tony in here, man. We're going to break this game down. The Niners are playing the Bears in this heavily anticipated Week 17 matchup. Two teams sitting at a record of 11-4. Number one seed still on the line for at least one of us, right, Tony? I mean, how's it going over there, man? What are you thinking just generally about this game?
It's going to be a tough game for them. I think the Colts game, the Bears game, and the Seattle game are three great tests for this team leading into the playoffs, obviously because they clinched the spot already. Now they're fighting for the first seed, but I think it's going to be a good test for them. Run defense has got to step up with Bethune back in the game, coming back from injury. The run defense took a step in a positive direction. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah. I guess we could start with some of the injury reports for these two teams, and they're both pretty considerable. You know what? Let me just do a screen share. Forget it. Let's do a screen share here really quick. Let's pop the comments up on the screen so everybody can see them. Let's create a new banner really quick. Let's do the injury report. All right. Oh, damn. Tony, while I'm doing this, do you think that there's a chance Fred Warner plays? I know that they keep teasing it and people keep asking about it. I don't think he's playing in the postseason, but let me just get your thoughts on that really quick before we jump in more.
It seems like the target is the Super Bowl. I'm not risking a major setback in his recovery for one game. And I know he wants to be on the field and he wants to win that ring and bring home the sixth Lombardi to Santa Clara, but I just wouldn't risk it, in my opinion. That's just me, though.
Right. I don't like people keep asking this question over and over, and I'm just not quite sure why they keep asking it. And they keep asking Kyle and John about it, and they're going to go out there and they're going to answer the questions to the best that they can. But what are they supposed to say? Are you faithful out there willing to risk rushing Fred Warner back for 1, maybe 2 games? And what's the adverse side to it? 1, now he's out of rhythm. He's a little rusty. You've breaking up the camaraderie that this team has built. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of disrupting the chemistry that they've created amongst themselves. And then what if he re-injures it? What if he re-injures something else because you rushed him back for a game or 2, and now he's at risk of missing significant time next season? I just don't know that I would risk it. I think that if you get there, Tony said, they might be aiming for like the Super Bowl or NFC Championship game. If you make it that far without him, it's kind of a slap in the face to go out and bring him back if he's maybe possibly healthy enough. No, is that not a knock on everybody else who worked so hard to get you there?
No, I agree. I agree with that. But the thing is, like, Mayoko this week put like a little clip video out, and you could thank him, I think, for stirring up this whole thing, because he was kind of like, yeah, well, the sense I'm getting, Fred wants to come back. Like that whole type of thing. It was like a 2-minute video he put out. I guess it's a part of his show, and he just did like a clip of it. But I think Coach Yak actually retweeted it.
I'm never mad at guys. Look, if we had an opportunity to talk to Fred Warner, right, Tony? Let's say you and I had an opportunity to interview Fred Warner. We're going to ask him how his recovery is going. Hey, do you think you're going to come back this season? Or do you think that there's a chance you could be back in the postseason? That doesn't mean that I think he should be back. It's asking him what he feels and what he thinks. And as the injured person, and as a person who's been playing football since Pop Warner, of course you want to be out there. So the answers are going to be yes. It's going to be, yeah, I want to be back out there with my team. Or like, there's no chance in hell he's like, yeah, nah, they're good without me. I'm good. All right? Like, it's just, that's not an option. So I don't know.
No, you're 100% right.
Let's go over this injury report for the Bears. We're going to start with the Bears first. This is their full week here. So they have officially ruled out Nick McLeod, their DB, and Rome Odunze, their wide receiver. All right. As of Friday, the rest of the did not participate people are Josh Blackwell, DB, and Nishan Wright, their other DB. Limited participant was TJ Edwards, and then full participant was Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and Luke Newman. Everybody else was full participants, but they got a long list here. Now, we see full participant for Joe Thuney down there, but non-injury related. He didn't practice on Wednesday, but he's back at practice now. The news that Mike sent us earlier was about who? Was it him?
Darnell Wright. Darnell Wright, the right tackle, didn't practice. So I don't think he's traveling.
He's not even listed here. He's not listed here. They're saying he's not traveling with the team, and that's their starting right tackle. So this is interesting, man. The 49ers have so this is from Adam Schefter, Bears offensive tackle. Actually, I should just put it up on the screen, and then we'll get to our injury report after that. Let me go ahead and just pull it up really quick. Sorry. Any thoughts on any of the names that are on the screen right now, though, Tony?
No, I mean, listen, Doonesway, the receiver, I guess he's a starter for them. Burden, Burden's a full participation. So, listen, you want him to be healthy because then you get the notion, oh, he was out. No, it's go time, bro. It's the end of the year. It's about seeding, getting to the playoffs, making your push. I hope everybody plays so there's no bullshit-ass excuses.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah, I think that it's still a possibility that he could be there. But this was definitely interesting news to see early this morning. All right, here we go. I'll share that with you guys now. This is the post from Adam Schefter. It says here, Bears offensive tackle Darnell Wright has been added to Chicago's injury report due to an illness and will not travel with the team Saturday. Wright is now questionable for Sunday night versus the San Francisco 49ers. Now, not traveling with the team does not mean that he is officially going to be out. He can absolutely board his own flight. They can put him on a private jet, whatever the case is. They can absolutely get him there. But this illness is something that is going around the Bears locker room.
I bet you it's the flu.
If you look at this, so if you look at this list here, the injury, I'm just going to read the ones that are illness. McLeod, Blackwell, Wright, not Darnell Wright, Nashawn Wright. All right. Duvernay, Jackson, and now you have the other Wright listed there. There's this flu that's going around. So, Tony, let me ask you this, man. You're in the Northeast also. My wife broke out with hives Christmas Day, right? Like hives all over. So she jumps in the shower. She puts on this ointment and stuff. The hives go away. So I think, all right, man, that's crazy. Like they were all over her. We should reach out to the people that we were with last night because we did Christmas Eve with my dad and our family over there. So I messaged the group and I say, just so you guys know, Melissa broke out in hives. We don't know what it is, but no one else in the house seems to have it. Just want to let you guys know. My sister-in-law said she just got over the flu the week before, but one of her symptoms was hives. Have you ever heard of hives being a flu symptom?
No. I never did.
That's crazy to me, bro.
But you never know.
I've never heard of that before.
You never know. Shit just keeps changing and popping up, and I don't know. I've never heard of that before, no.
She said she had the flu, and then she ended up having hives as part of it. So it's really weird. It's odd that those are the only two that have had anything. Everybody else in the family seemed to be fine. So my wife in these holidays, she is batting 0 for 2 down the stretch here. Thanksgiving whooped her ass. She was sick for the next week. And now here it is Christmas, and she's got hives. And that's the other thing, too. So every morning when she wakes up, they're back.
Really?
She gets up, she'll wash, she'll put some cream on, and they go away. She pops a Benadryl, they all go away. But the next morning, they're all back. So, all right.
That's crazy.
Let's go ahead and let's get to the 49ers injury report here. And they got a lengthy one here also. But let's go to the limited participation and or out only. Tatum Bethune is back, so let's make some noise for that. I know a lot of people were worried about whether or not Bethune was going to be able to play. He is back here. All right. We have Renardo Green officially ruled out. He was a limited participant. YGM, Yatur Gross-Matos was a limited participant. Kyle said that this has been the normal nursing of the knee that he's been doing all year long. It's nothing new at all. So let's keep that in mind. Here's the big one here. George Kittle has not participated all week long in practice. Tony, let's just go ahead and stop here because this is going to be huge. This Bears defense can be pretty stubborn against the run, and we're going to need all hands on deck here. What are your thoughts and concerns about this George Kittle injury, and how do you think it'll play out on Sunday?
Interesting factor today. They brought up Willis as the player coming off the practice squad, so that might
Braden Willis, the tight end.
That might say something, but I think if Kittle could go, he's going to go. I'm not too, he's a vet. He's probably one of the best players on the team. I understand practice is important, but if he's nursing something, it's not a high ankle sprain, it's a low ankle sprain, so that's a positive factor right there. It's something that can be taped. I think he will give it a go, but it could be something similar to, I believe it was it this year or was it last year when he was on the field as like a blocker / decoy?
He did that this year when he first returned from the injury for like the first game and a half.
So he
had
like
one target in the first game back.
He was like a blocker / decoy. Listen, and if he could block, that's a bonus because he's a phenomenal pass blocker to help with those ends and chipping on the outside. So it'll be interesting. I do think he's smart. I don't think he'll do something stupid to jeopardize the injury to make it significant worse. It'll cost him more time. I do think he's smart that way, but he is an ultimate competitor, and I think he does want to be on the field. So I wouldn't be surprised if he is there.
I think he's actually going to play. The fact is that the injury, the tackle that hurt him, according to him, happened in the second quarter. He was out there in the third quarter. We saw him re-aggravate it and then go to the sideline. And even then, every time they showed him on the sideline, he's running, he's doing high steps, high knees, little running in place drills and things of that nature. I think this is the Niners being cautious. I think that if he's healthy and can actually suit up, he's going to go out there at least for a couple of snaps. And like you said, they did elevate Braden Willis, the other tight end, in the event that George can't go. It looks like it's going to be a Luke Farrell and Jake Tungus show out there. Does that change your confidence in the outcome of this game, though, Tony? If George Kittle is just not there, boom, let's just assume he's out. How significant? How many points is George Kittle worth?
I don't know, but I like Tungus. I like Tungus.
Is he worth 3?
He's worth a touchdown.
Oh, okay.
He's
worth 7.
I don't know. I don't look into it like that. I'm just saying this. I like Tungus, and I'm good to roll with Tungus. I really am. I think Tungus has done Tungus, however you say it. He's done a lot with this team, helped this team a lot in situations when Kittle was out. He's not. I mean, the one thing that's not good in his situation where it works against him is he's not a great blocker. He's a threat as a receiver. He will get downfield. He will take safeties with him. He will make big catches as he did versus Seattle week 1. Not afraid about that part of his game. It's just the other part. So
I'm going to come back to that in a little bit about the blocking, especially in the run game. All right. So I'm going to come back to that. It's going to be a big topic I want to discuss with you. Let's finish up this injury report here. Limited participant Ricky Pearsall. Kyle is saying that he is questionable officially for the game. And that's it. Everybody else is full participant and expected to go. So right now we have Curtis Rourke officially ruled out, even though he's been a full participant. They're not even going to chance or try to elevate this kid. He's not going to see any game time, but he is scout team and working with the quarterbacks and all. He is he's out there and he's doing his thing. The 2 questionable guys right now are George Kittle and Ricky Pearsall, and the only person officially ruled out right now is Renardo Green. All right. There's nothing else to report here. You have guys like Christian McCaffrey who are on here only because of that vet day at the beginning of the week. Christian McCaffrey will literally show up on every 49ers injury report because he gets that vet day. And so will Trent Williams. So that's what I got for you guys there. I want to get back to this blocking really quick, and then we got a question from someone in the crowd, Tony, one of the viewers. So Kyle Shanahan was recently asked about the improved run game, and he was asked specifically, "Hey, do you think that your offensive line is the most improved unit?" And the question was long-winded. It was like, do you think they're the most improved unit? You can see the success in the offense overall, the more points are being scored, and the uptick in the run game now. And Kyle said no. He said that he attributes the success in the run game to all 11 players, the receivers, and them finally understanding their assignments and the rest of the tight ends and the fullbacks that are out there. It's not just he did say the offensive line has looked good and they have improved, but he said no, that he didn't think that it was the run game was because of the offensive line. Tony, when I watch the film, I'm not seeing a lot of these wide receivers or even tight ends making a difference beyond the line of scrimmage. At the line of scrimmage and creating the holes. They're making a difference down the field and helping pop, what would be a 5-yard gain and making it a 12-yard gain. What are you seeing when you watch the film, and do you think that Kyle is giving too much credit to the wide receivers and maybe even tight ends? Tony is not there. Okay. All right. Something went wrong with my computer. I got to bounce, and I'll come back in. All right. So I set that up real nice. At least I thought I did, and my man's not there at all. So when he comes back, I'll bring him in and I'll ask that question again. But yeah, guys, so I'm just not sure that I agree with Kyle's assessment. Now, I'm not saying that he's wrong because I have seen the offensive skill positions improve in their assignments, right? Kendrick Bourne, once a really good blocking wide receiver for the 49ers. He goes away for a couple of seasons. He comes back. and it's like he lost everything. He's all of a sudden getting better, right? And you're seeing other guys, like other depth pieces for the 49ers and the wide receiving core, who are now all of a sudden blocking much better. So I do understand what Kyle is saying, but to say that the offensive line isn't the main reason, I don't know, man. I think that maybe, is this Kyle's way of trying to humble the offensive line? You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's been talking about how good the offensive line has looked lately. People are talking about how the pass protection for Brock has been A+. The pass protection has been great. The lanes are getting a little bit bigger for Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey just had his best game of the season, right? Like, they're, as far as running back goes. Everyone's saying all these positive things, and Kyle's like, yeah, nah, it's not the offensive line. People in the chat, what do you guys think? Let me know. I'll pop your comments up over here next to me. I'll pop them up down here, right down there. There you go. All right, you guys can talk to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Kyle's saying, nah, it's not them. And I'm like, yeah, bro, it is. Like, what are you talking about, Kyle? So I don't know, man. KB always shine better as a Niner. KB, like I said, KB was great as a Niner, as a run blocker before he left. Then he leaves in free agency. He goes to New England, and he seemed to have forgotten everything and had to just kind of build his way back up. But he has definitely improved these last couple of weeks. Bourne was a good blocker, Big Tone. Y'all gonna stop it. Bourne was a good blocker when he was here, man. Bourne, it went from Quentin Patton to Kendrick Bourne. Those were our wide receiver threes, and they were all good blockers. Those guys were doing it. He said, Kyle is tripping. I don't see any wide receiver blocking highlights like in the past. Right? That's Cruz. This is what I'm talking about, man. Somebody else help me out here. That's what I'm saying, bro. And Kyle said this. I'm not crazy. I know that's what he said. Big Tone. See, all right, I don't want to argue because it'll be like a crazy show and it's going to seem like really, really off topic. But if you watch the film, that's where I get the idea that Kendrick Bourne was a good blocker. It's the film that says that he was a good blocker. Now, when you look at the PFFs and all those other systems, that's where they say he wasn't a good blocker. There were games that I remember Bourne blocking his ass off, and you guys know me. I'm not telling somebody to reprogram my thoughts. So I'll watch a football game, and I'll come away with my own conclusions, right? And I'll say 78 had a really good game in pass pro. And then I'll talk to someone, and they'll pull up PFF, and PFF says this guy was the lowest rated offensive lineman in pass pro. And now we got to have a conversation about how what I saw was wrong, and those numbers say otherwise. But those numbers are made by another person in their eyes. So that's why I don't want to argue about it. So it's not to be dismissive to you, Big Tone, at all. That's not what I'm doing at all. But I'm telling y'all, if you go back and watch any old Kendrick Bourne game here, he was blocking downfield. That dude was getting busy. I'm telling y'all, he was getting busy. Now, here's the other thing. This is also where I know that I fall. I'm going to get to this question. Actually. I'm waiting for Tony to get back in here, but I see your comment there, iWicked, and I'm going to get to it. Damn, what was I saying? Oh, here's one of the things that I think a wide receiver is doing really well in blocking, and PFF might not see it the same way. And because of this, I think that they grade low, and I view it high. If a ball carrier is running down the field and the wide receiver just runs in and doesn't touch anybody, but he plays interference where a would-be tackler can't get to them, I credit that as a great block by the wide receiver. He doesn't have to engage. You are preventing somebody from getting to the ball carrier. That's what Kendrick Bourne has always done really well. Now, if you're asking if he can get in there and grab the pads and drive someone to the ground and all that stuff, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about running interference. I'm talking about being a blocker, not necessarily a tackler, not getting your hands on somebody. So anytime you guys hear me bigging up someone that's a skill position, a guy down the field, that's always what I'm talking about. Quentin Patton and Kendrick Bourne did that all the time. All those big explosive plays, they were the main ones leading the way for the ball carrier. PFF might not grade that as a good block, an efficient block. They might not count that as a block at all. I do. If you can get in between the angle of the pursuit person and you hold your arms out like this and they can't get to the ball carrier, I'm saying they are a great downfield blocker. I love that. And that's where I say that those guys are good. So maybe that's why I view it that way. Now, see, Brandon Ayuk, Big Tone, to your point, Brandon Ayuk would actually engage and block with people. Juwan Jennings actually engages and blocks with people, right? That's not what Kendrick Bourne's game was. That's not really what Quentin Patton's game was. That's Juwan Jennings. They'll grab pads and block. And that's why they end up with high grades. I like wide receivers that can get down the field and run interference. Just don't let the pursuit person get to the ball carrier. You don't have to engage with them. Just get in between them and the ball carrier. And so that's how I view a good blocking wide receiver. There we go. We got Tony back here. You good, man?
Yeah, my computer's acting up. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it.
It's all good. I won't keep you too long.
No,
my question to you was, and then we have two comments or questions that we got to get to. Shout out to the people from the Bears fans that are in here watching right now. We're going to get to our game predictions and all that in a little bit. But Tony, Kyle Shanahan was asked a pretty direct question. He was like, the points you guys are scoring lately, the best run game you've had in a while. Do you contribute that to the improvement in the offensive line? And Kyle was like, no. He said, wide receivers are blocking better, tight ends are blocking better. Like, it takes all 11, and that's why we're doing better. It's not necessarily the offensive line. Now, he did give the offensive line their props, but I'm wondering if you see it the same way.
I agree with all 11 are blocking better. That's definite. But I also want to give the offensive line, their flowers for what they deserve, because they played one hell of a game last week. And if it wasn't a blown assignment by Farrell, Purdy was untouched.
It was a clean game. It was a clean game other than that one play.
Yeah. But,
yeah,
I mean, listen, you got to understand something. In an offense like this, all 11 have to buy in, or all 10 other than the quarterback. Everyone's got to do their job. Mm-hmm. Once everyone does their job and they buy in to the scheme and the philosophy, that's when this offense goes.
I don't know. Do y'all hear what I hear? I need y'all in the chat to tell me if it's me or if it's Tony. Okay, it's Tony. All right. Yeah, it's Tony. All right, Tony. Listen, bro. How far? There you go.
Again.
All right, Tony. Can you hear me? I don't know how far away from your router you are, but I think it's more about your Wi-Fi signal than anything. All right, so Tony's going to drop out again. He might not come back. Tony gets frustrated real easily. So we'll see what happens. Damn, I should have just asked the question that I got. Mark asked a really good question here. All right. iWicked has a question here. I want to get Tony on this one also. Damn it. All right, I'm going to stall a little bit. I'm going to see if Tony can come back. If he can make his way back from the underworld, the gulag. What do they call it? The upside down. What do they call that shit in Stranger Things? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But if he can come back from there. Damn, that really sucks, man. I was ready to get into it. But it's all good. So I'm going to stall for just a little bit here. And I want to ask the public some questions, man. And I'm actually going to start with the iWicked comment here. He says, are we really worried about the Bears? They didn't do shit versus Packers. They barely won. The issue, iWicked 23, is that they keep winning. They called it the upside down. That's right. They called it the upside down. The issue is that they keep winning. So before I give my answer, chat, this is all on you. Are we really worried about the Bears? It's simple. Yes or no? Go ahead and put it in there. Let's get a little poll here. Let's see in the comments if people are actually concerned about the Bears or if they aren't. All right. And we'll go from there. We'll go from there. I want to know how you guys are feeling. Personally, it's an NFL game. You should always be concerned. Now, it's about the level of concern that you have. What the hell? It's about the level of concern that you have. So you may not be overly concerned about them. I think that everyone should be concerned. This team is a stubborn-ass team that keep finding ways to win. That's just what they do. They battle. They fight hard. And they have, if I'm not mistaken, a league-leading amount of comebacks, like 5 or 6 comebacks at the end of games here. All right? What the fuck? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say that, y'all. Stupid. My bad, y'all. All right. Trying to see. There he is. All right. Tony, you're back, right? Oh, Jesus. Tony, can you hear me? All right, this is what I'm going to do. Don't worry, y'all. I got a solution. Always working on something. Watch this. I got it, y'all. We're going to work through the technical difficulties live on air.
Something wrong with my damn computer. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Hey, I got a question for you. Are you in a different room than you're normally in?
No, I'm sitting on my couch. I can't go anywhere else pretty much.
All right. Is your Ethernet or are you Wi-Fi?
I'm Wi-Fi.
You're on Wi-Fi?
It's showing full strength.
Does your Wi-Fi show 2 different ones? Like, is one of them like a 5G and the other one's like a 2.4?
No, I think because the battery, my wife just made a good point. The battery on my computer is low right now. I don't know how because it's been plugged in all day, but.
Oh, so you might be in like a energy saver thing and it's making it all move a little slow. All right, well.
I'm trying to go on from my phone. Hold on.
I was going to say, join from your phone. Or I can leave you on speakerphone the whole time, and I'll set it up different here because they can hear you right now. So.
All right, I'm going to go on my phone.
All right, cool. All right. All right, that's that phone call. Yeah, so we'll get Tony back in here. This will be good for the vertical people. You guys will like that view. By the way, I hate this vertical thing. I keep thinking that my views are down. And what's happening is people are clicking on that one and this one or this one. It's you know what I'm saying? So I keep thinking like, damn, man, like our views are really low. Our views are low. And they're not that low. They're not that low. So if Old Man Rivers was untouched 80% of that game with backup offensive tackles, Caleb about to have all day to throw. And Caleb's going to be without one of his tackles as well. Listen, don't expect much from the 49ers pass rush, guys. Robert Saleh's going to rush his standard 4. He's not going to go out there and send a bunch of extra pressure at people. He's never going to do that. That's not what Robert Saleh is going to do. Now, in key moments of the game, he'll send a blitz. But for 80% of the time, Robert Saleh is going to rush his 4. And he's going to live with more people dropping back and in protection than what he's going to do with anything else. So Mark says, off topic, Mike, what kind of phone is that? This is the Unihertz Tank Pro 3. This is my phone. It's got the projector on it, underwater camera and all that stuff, infrared camera, night vision, outdoor emergency light, red and blue lights, like a siren and all that kind. It's got all kinds of crazy stuff on here. All right, Tony is back. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, my man Tony is back in the building. Make some motherfucking noise. Yeah, man. All right, so we got him. Here we go. All right, Tony, here's the question for you. In the event of a loss to Chicago, Would you rest Purdy, CMC, Trent, and Kittle versus Seattle?
Kittle, no. Well, I don't know. Can our seed go higher? Can we be
Yes, we can
ranked
still.
higher?
Well, so right now we are the fifth or sixth. Hold on.
I think we're the fifth. Can we? No, we can't go
Oh
higher.
no, well you can't get higher. Then you have to be number one. So the Niners are either number one or they're fifth. Now, that's not necessarily true. We could still get a seed and then not be number one and win our division, but it would require other teams to win. No. Hold on. God dang it. Let me see. All right, here we go. Boom. 2 weeks left. All right, this is what we got right now. So as of this very moment, Seattle Seahawks are at 12-3. The Bears are number 2 at 11-4. Eagles are at 10-5. So the only if it looks like the winner of the NFC West is going to be the number 1 seed, Tony.
Yeah.
The Rams are also 11-4. So yeah, the winner of the NFC West is going to be the number 1 seed unless the NFC West somehow loses out, which is virtually impossible because they play each other at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it actually. I'm looking at the Bears schedule. If they win out, they would get 13 wins. But if Seattle loses both games, we end up with 12 wins. And if the Rams lose both games, they end up with 12 wins. So we could win the division with a 3-way split at 12. And if the Bears win out, that's with us losing this next one to them and then beating Seattle. I believe the Bears. Oh, what am I doing all this hypothetical stuff for? They got the simulator right here. I'm so stupid.
I mean,
Right,
I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
All right.
I don't know what I would do. I mean, if Kittle's situation, yeah, I wouldn't play him. If anybody's nursing anything, I wouldn't play them. But if they're healthy, I'd give them some run if they get up. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I want the 1 seed, bro. That's it.
Everyone wants the 1 seed, but so remember I kept saying that means the Niners have to win 13 games in a row?
Yeah.
Boy, was I wrong. My math was. You know what I was doing? I was looking at the rest of the season being 7 wins in a row, and then 3 games in the playoffs. But for some reason, my brain was saying those 3 in the playoffs are 10 regular wins, and then we had 3 more. I was adding an extra 3. The Niners run the table as 10 wins in a row. That's Super Bowl. Fuck it, let's do it. I've completely changed my stance. 13 wins, that scares the shit out of me. That's a lot of wins in a row. 13 wins scares me. 10 in a row, we could do that, especially with a bye week in between there. We could definitely do that. That changes my whole mentality, bro. All right, so here's the simulator.
And I think it's what this team needs, too.
What's that?
That bye week. I think that the vets need that bye week. I in my opinion.
No, I think you're right. And like I said, now that I know it's only 10 games and not 13, I'm all for it. If I'm being 100% transparent with you, I just don't think that trying to win 14 in a row is a good thing. All right, here we go. Let's do playoff scenarios here, and we're gonna figure this out as a faithful family here. Where is the one with? All right, here we go. So the question is, can we move up without winning the number 1 seed, right?
Correct.
All right, here we go. Let's get that scrolling across the bottom of the screen. There it is. All right, so here's the playoff simulator right now, guys. All right, week 17. So let's go ahead and give the Bears the win. We're trying to see if we can move up. Let's give the Rams the win. Eagles the win. Let's give the Seahawks winning out, but we're going to win the next game against the Seahawks. All right, so that makes it look like this. All right, so you got Seattle as the 1 seed. Oh, I got to do the Panthers game. I mean the Packers game. Where is that at? Where's the Packers game?
So if we beat Seattle and we lose tomorrow night, we're not the 1 seed? No. Yeah.
Oh, that's what we're gonna find out. So no, because all right, wait. Do you have Seattle losing against the Panthers? I do. All right, here we go. We'll make Seattle lose against the Panthers.
If Seattle wins out, no, if Seattle wins the next two, but loses versus us, and we lose versus the Bears,
They can't win the next two. We are one of their next two. So they have 2 games left. They got the Panthers tomorrow, and they got us the week after. That's
all
it.
right. So if we both go 1-1, the Niners should be the 1 seed because then we sweep them.
All right. So what happens with us against the Bears? Do we win or no?
If
Because
we
the
lose,
question on the
we
screen.
lose the Bears.
All right. So if we lose to the Bears, if Seattle wins tomorrow, all right, and then we go to week 18, and then we beat Seattle. Where's the Bears? You got the Bears or the Lions winning.
Oh, I think the Bears won because the Lions, that doesn't mean nothing.
We're already there. We're already 12-5, because that means we only get one more win. We're at 11 wins right now. We're at 11-4. You said if we lose to the Bears, so the Bears, especially if they win, the Bears get the number 1 seed if they win out. Oh shit!
Even if we beat Seattle,
even if we beat Seattle, if we beat Seattle and we lose to the Bears, we only finish with 12 wins. If the Bears win out, they get 13 wins, bro.
Then you got to win the game 13. Tomorrow.
So we got to win it tomorrow. But the question was, if we lose to the Bears, which knocks us out of the number 1 seed, it's over. Number 1 seed dreams are over. We go from 5 to 6. Are you resting the people in question? That was what the question was. Where is it? How do I pull it back up?
I would definitely rest Kittle. I would definitely rest the guys that are hurt. I mean, at that point, if you can't improve anything, right? What the hell's the point of, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I know you don't want to wave the white flag, but,
it's interesting. I like the, look at my man, Nick. Nick, you should join us, bro. You just sitting around watching. Get your ass in here, man. They said Mike's major was not math. Shut up, JT. It was a lot to juggle at one time, okay? It was a lot to juggle. Nick says, Merry Christmas and being faithful, Tony and Mike. Merry
Same
Christmas
to you.
and Happy New Year to you, bro. Nick should be in here. I'm gonna text Nick the link. Y'all think he's gonna join? I'm just gonna send it to him. I bet you he's scared to do it.
Oh God!
Watch this, y'all.
Wow, this guy. That must be a Bears fan. 35-17 Bears. Oof.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of Bears fans in here right now. So how long have the Bears been saying bear down? Like, so the only time I've heard people say bear down is when I'm constipated or a woman's giving birth. That's the only 2 times I have ever heard anybody say that before.
My wife just goes, "Oh my God."
Hand to God. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it, bro. I'm not kidding. I like the whole bear down thing. I like the way it sounds, but those are the only 2 times I've heard people say it.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. There was another question I wanted to get to with you here, Tony, really quick though, man. And it's very simple. iWicket says, "Are we really worried about the Bears? They didn't do shit versus the Packers. They barely won. So your level of concern, shut the hell up." Oh shit.
What?
Oh shit. Hold up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Nick is in the fucking building. Let's go. What?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Let's go, man. Nick, what's going on, baby?
What's up,
Let
man?
me turn the applause off so you can hear us, man. Nick, man, people are going to ask how you're doing, how you been and all that. I don't know if you want to get that out the way or if you want to just jump right into the show. I don't know how long you on here for. What's up?
What's up, man?
Look at my daughter. My daughter heard that you were on. She comes running around the corner and pick your jaw up off the floor. It's not supposed to be down there.
Pick your jaw up off the floor, right? Tell them the girls I said hi.
Her jaw is on the floor. Tell the girls I said hi. They can't hear you, but I got the earbuds in, man.
Tell the girls I said hi.
Nick says hi, babies. Tell your sisters. So listen, man. I don't know how long you're going to be on for. But do you want to just jump into the show, the questions that the chat has for us, or do you want to tell people how you've been, what's been going on with you?
Yeah, I mean, I can't see the chat right now, obviously, but you just have to tell me what's going on. But yeah, no, things are good, man. Got shit. Got married. Met
Mm-hmm.
my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Got a new house.
Come on.
Got a nice new job. Got
Yeah.
life's good, man. Life's good. Life is good, man. Fucking
I love that.
just chilling. Got a whole new. You guys didn't even see my whole new setup here. Like,
Bro, you might as well just go ahead and do a spin around in that room. This room is sick, y'all. Nick
you
Nick
know.
is showing his ass over here, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. He's got all these autograph helmets and stuff. Keep going. There's more. Don't be
Yeah.
humble. Look at it. Look at it all. He's doing his thing over there, man. I like that. I like that.
And then my guest books,
Yeah,
wedding guest
man.
books.
Yeah, bro. Look at that. I like
Should
it.
have.
I like
I
it,
should
big
have.
dog.
So I'm about to start helmet breaks. So I have 10 helmets that I'm going to be doing right there.
What's
on
helmet
TikTok.
breaks? What's that
So
mean?
you got a chance to win a helmet if you pick a team, and whatever team, once all 32 teams are filled, um once all 32 teams are filled, then if the team you're on comes out of that helmet, you win the helmet.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Did you want to say hi?
yeah.
Hi.
Hi, beautiful.
Oh, he can't hear you. Oh, wait, hold on. All right,
I
there
can
you go.
hear her.
It's in your ear. Go ahead.
Hi,
Hi.
beautiful. How are you?
Good. How
Good.
are
I'm great. It's good to see you.
you? You too.
It's been a
All
long
right, get out of
time.
here.
I
We
have
got
to
to
come and
get
say
your ball.
hi.
Get your butt out of here. He says he's going to have to stop by and say hi, okay? She said, okay. All right. So, look, let's go ahead and get to this conversation really quick, though, man. Listen, the chat missed you. We miss having you on the show. My kids missed you and all that stuff. And we've been talking. You know how I feel about you, man. So it's definitely good to see your face. But so, Tony and Nick, I got to ask you both this question, man. Seriously. On a scale of 1 to 10, your level of concern about these Bears, they are a pesky, just they're annoying. They're like the mosquitoes of the NFL, right? Like, if there's a nice breeze, you're not worried about them. But man, if you calm down for a second, they get close and they get you, right? Like that's what the Bears do. They have 5 or 6 of these wins within the last couple of minutes of a game. 6 of their wins come in that way, right? Does that make you guys concerned, or is it like, yeah, I don't care about them? Because the Niners are also that nagging team, right? If you keep the wins low, or if you keep the score low, the Niners have a good shot at doing something. So, Tony, what do you think? And then we'll go back to Nick.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're a good team. It's just that they have to play more consistent, in my opinion. They finished strong versus what was that Green Bay they played, and
Yeah, that was Green Bay with
they're
that long
tough. They got
throw in overtime.
their front four is tough. You got Sweat coming off the edge. He's a good defensive end. He's a good pass rusher. But I mean, I think there's opportunities. There's going to be opportunities for the Niners to take advantage.
What the hell?
One thing that's a major factor in this is experience. The 49ers core is more experienced than Chicago's core. And it's not a knock against Chicago. It's just the Niners have been there more. They've been in, NFC championship games more, deeper playoff runs and stuff like that. But the Niners are just gonna have to bring their A game. It's crunch time, and this is what the push to the playoffs is like. And if they do that, I think the Niners are gonna be a tough team to play. It's 3 phases for years. The Niners have made runs, but only 2 phases, offense and defense. Now the special teams in gear. So now you're talking about 3 complete phases. So it is what it is. This is why they play the game. It's going to be a great 3 weeks, 2 weeks leading to the playoffs, and take it week by week, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Nick, man, what about you, bro? Your level of concern about this Bears team. I mean, Tony sounds like he's got some respect for him over there. He sounds like he's got some respect for the Bears.
In a general census, I mean, Tony's not wrong, right? So, yeah, our offense is starting to click, obviously. It looks older and more mature. Appreciate you. Older and more
I didn't think you were reading them. I was just popping them up there so you can go back and look at it later. I didn't know that you.
I just saw it. So, anyway, no, Tony's got a real case there because, we just obviously the Niners offense is kicking and clicking, at the right time. But this defensive front scares me. I mean, look, we played against a 44-year-old Phillip Rivers last week. Yeah, we put up 40 points, but Phillip Rivers was just dicing us up also. Whether it was man, whether it was zone, no matter what it was, he was still dicing us up. If we don't get pressure, I mean, Caleb Williams obviously is going to make mistakes, but you also got to worry about his legs. He can rush, run the ball as well, just as well as his arms gotten a lot. His quarterbacking has gotten a lot better, obviously over the years. But he's a guy that can dice you up also. But also, you also have the other end of it where you have youth. You had 44-year-old Phillip Rivers who knows the game, and you have the youth of Caleb Williams. The same with Sam Darnold, right? So I think right now, I mean, there is things to worry about with this Chicago Bears offensively, defensively, and their run game. I mean, they have a great run game. So, in a sense that, am I worried? I don't think so because I think the Niners are just clicking right now offensively. I think, we haven't punted the ball since November, moving the ball well. We're getting into red zone. We have a reliable kicker right now, obviously. Am I worried? No. Am I worried as much as I probably should be? Absolutely not. But I think this game could go either way, to be honest with you. I really do. This Bears offense is no joke. Their defense is really good. And I see Rome Odunze is not going to be playing. I think he's listed as out. I think they already labeled him as
he's
out. That's a big help for us. The biggest thing is, man, is what corners are we going to have out there? Is it is it going to be Darrell Luter? Is it going to be Renardo Green? Renardo Green still hasn't practiced all week. He's still out, so he's not practicing. So I mean, it's going to come down to it. It's going to come down to our run fit schemes of how we stop the run. I think that's going to be our first and foremost, most important thing, as it is with any game. And then we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But I'm not going to just mark this game off as a W either. I think either way. But this team has surprised me all year, and it's surprised a shit ton of Niners fans all year. So I did have us going 12-5 in the beginning of the season. But I didn't think it was going to be 12-5 without Fred Warner, without Nick Bosa, without Purdy for a big stretch, without Brandon Ayuk,
Kittle for a while,
without Kittle for 6 games. So this team is just, look, man, I didn't have the Niners going to a Super Bowl this year, but this could be one of those sneak around.
Don't you say it. Don't you say it.
I'm not saying it. This could be a sneak around season as it has been so far for the Niners. Creeping in the way that they have. I mean, obviously to be battling for, I got laughed at when I said the Niners would be 12-5 this year by a lot of people. And, I just said, well, look at the schedule. But if you look at our schedule, our schedule hasn't been as easy as it was supposed to be. So a lot of the teams, the Jaguars are a really good team. The Bears are a really good team. Seattle and
the Texans
LA
are good.
Yeah, the Texans are really good. So a lot of the teams we played this year are playoff contenders or close to it or are already in the playoffs. So I'm surprised by the way the team has played. Not because of the record, because like I said, I had us 12-5 at the beginning of the season, but because of the way that we've done it. Quietly, with as many injuries as we've had, and being able to move one foot in front of the other. We had our woes on special teams with Jake Moody, with bringing Brent Boyer in. So, our special teams has come around the corner. Then you lose Brock Purdy. Then you lose George Kittle. Then you lose Fred Warner. Then you lose Nick Bosa. And then the guy that everybody was worried about being hurt this year and not being able to play is about to hit another 1,000 season. So, so this team has been quite sneaky, and I'm highly impressed by if Kyle Shanahan's up against a lot of good coaches this year, but if he's not one of the top for coach of the year this year, it's pretty crazy.
And one thing, Mike, I just wanted to piggyback off of Nick, and he made a good point, is the Phillip Rivers analysis, right? There's no way in hell Caleb Williams is going to be a Phillip Rivers type quarterback next week.
No, he
There's
doesn't dissect.
No way in hell. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, he might be a stronger arm, definitely faster, but the IQ level of Phillip Rivers versus Caleb Williams is night and day difference. Okay. He would come out, break the huddle, and he would check the whole play once he saw what the defense showed. You're not going to get that with Chicago. Okay, maybe a couple years from now, sure. Not this week, not tomorrow night. It's too. He's not seasoned enough to be that type of quarterback. Number two, right? This team, the Colts, gave Seattle fits. They barely beat Seattle. They almost beat Seattle, right? With a monster rushing attack, right? The Niners clamped down that rushing attack last week with Bethune coming back into the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
So the run game, I think it's not a knock against their running backs. Who they had? Swift and the rookie Manon guy from Rutgers.
Yeah,
Two good backs.
Yeah, that dude, nice.
Two good backs. But Jonathan Taylor is a better running back, in my opinion. So they do have a solid offensive line.
Let's be honest, though.
What?
Yeah, that's the part right there. That's what I was going to say. Jonathan Taylor is Jonathan Taylor, right? But that offensive line that we went up against last week was really, really beat up on the inside. This week, they're beat up on the outside. They got the one tackle that's questionable. The other guy, we don't know if he's even going to make it to the game.
No.
So both of their tackles are gone, but their interior guys are there.
That was the Colts and the Bears.
No, the Colts had the one guard, the center, and a tackle. They were missing three of their people. Oh, they lost one early in the game. They lost
one
like
guy
their
went
center
down
on like the opening drive.
Yeah,
right. So they were down.
The
right. So it ended up being three offensive linemen that the Colts didn't have for the duration of that game. And this one, their one tackle is Joe Thuney. He was a full participant, so he should be good to go. But the other guy, Wright, is the one that they're saying they don't know if he's going to make it to the game. So it's going to be on the edges. This team should still be able to run the ball up the middle is all I'm saying. Jonathan Taylor couldn't.
And with the matchup of Caleb Williams versus our pass rush, I actually like our pass rush versus Caleb Williams because if you look at Cleveland's Farrell four sacks that he had in the previous two games, they were hustle plays. They were him coming off of a stunt and chasing down a quarterback as he was breaking the pocket. So maybe the stationary quarterback like Rivers wasn't the right fit for this defense, the way they ran their twists and stunts and stuff like that, where Caleb Williams, when he steps up, someone could be coming looping free around it and nail him right in the pocket. So it's going to be interesting. I do think it's going to be a tough game. I do think the Bears are a damn good football team. But I think once it comes down to crunch time, I think you're going to see the experience of the 49ers, especially on the offensive side of the ball, really kick in. And that's where it could be the difference, especially with the play call. And let's face it, this is not the defense of old for the 49ers. This defense is bend but don't break, and they're very tough inside the red zone. They're a solid defense in the red zone. They'll settle, they'll give up field goals, but Sal's good with adjustments. Gus Bradley's good with adjustments. So it's going to be interesting. And what's his name? Oh, no, he's not in Chicago no more. Never mind.
You know, I hear what you both are saying about this Bears team, right? And yeah, they got the 21 turnovers through 16 games. They're leading the NFL. They've got the most wins by one score or less, and they got 6 of them in the last couple of minutes of games and all that, right? You know what that sounds like to me? Sounds a lot like the 2024-2023 Chiefs, right? And everyone just kept saying, at some point, they're going to bounce back to reality. At some point, they're going to bounce back to – you can't keep winning all those games by the skin of your teeth, right? Like, you just can't – that's not sustainable football, right? And y'all are talking them up. Y'all still sound confident, but y'all talk, man, fuck these Bears. They're not winning anything. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. They're not winning anything. Get those Bears out of here. Boo them. Boo their fans. They have no chance at all. I'm telling y'all something. Listen, right? Caleb Williams is Caleb Williams. He's going to give us some opportunities to get this ball back. I'm telling you the truth. Just like Phillip Rivers, you know what's going to happen because he was working his way back up. Just like Phillip Rivers, you know he's working his way back up, right? He's going to give you an opportunity to get the ball back a time or two. Sam Darnold also is going to put 2 or 3 passes in harm's way. We know that's going to happen. period. The issue is that if we do it, Bears are likely to take advantage of it. They don't drop those interceptions that hit them right in their chest. They'll get one or two of them, and that's cool. That's cool. The Bears cannot outscore the 49ers, period. I don't care how you try to shake it up and say this guy and this coordinator and that coordinator, these players and all that stuff. I hear that, and it sounds good. On face value, both teams are sitting at 11-4, but it's two very different 11-4s we're looking at here. We're two different 11-4s. One team is trending this way, and the other team is getting by the hairs on their chinny chin chin. That last second Hail Mary throw that he threw in overtime for that touchdown, cool. Great confidence builder. You're not going to be that close with the 49ers in regulation to get that off in overtime against us. I'm not buying what they're selling. I'm just not. I'm not. And here's the main difference. Caleb Williams versus Robert Saleh. A second-year quarterback is not going to do what Phillip Rivers did against the Niners. Phillip Rivers went to that line that whole first half and dissected and picked apart every opening gap and everything that was wrong with that Niners defense pre-snap. Phillip Rivers dominated. Caleb Williams ain't doing that. He's not doing that. He's going to make sure he's got enough polish on his nails, and he's going to go out there and execute the plays that are called, and we're going to do enough to confuse him at that line of scrimmage. That's where it starts, and that's where it ends to me.
That's going to have to be key. I mean, that right there is obviously the penalties. We have to play a clean football game, even though I agree with everything you're saying, and but it also has to come down to us. We have to play mentally stable football. Also, we can't be making. We've been a really good penalized team to where we're not being penalized all year, but we can't make some stupid mistakes. We got to make sure that we play clean football. We got to make sure that we protect the football. And Brock Purdy, you can tell the difference in him now since that 4-pick game, obviously, too. He's not taking a lot of those chances that he's supposed to. But then he's also throwing some really good balls. Like, balls. He's throwing some really
I try
good...
not to.
God.
I'm going on mute.
Welcome back. Welcome back. He's throwing some really good balls, but to tight spaces... that throw that he made to Kittle last week, in the end zone with double coverage basically was nice. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Tony. I'm still not going to, I'm not going to be as hyped up as Mike is right now. And for those of you to say I've matured and calmed down, look, Mike used to get me riled up. So that's the whole reason why I was riled up. But either way, and he knows it's true. But in a general sense is like, we have to look, the Niners are in a position that none of us thought they would be in. And I think they know it. That whole team knows it. And I think that the injuries have also helped us going forward, because all these reps these young guys have been getting. I mean, it's unbelievable to see. I mean, either way, whatever the Niners do this year, I'm going to be completely proud of this team. And it's still that window that everybody said was closing is just staying open and just growing and growing and growing even more because of our youth and the way that this team drafts. And I mean, I see a lot of hate on John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, the way they draft and things like that. But their last two drafts have been unbelievable. Unbelievable. But yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, it's all good. I want to turn the page to the run game for the Bears against our defense. We got a lot of help back last week, and it really paid dividends, right? But this Bears team, guys, they're third in the league in yards per carry at 4.9. If you look at total yards this season, they're second, 2281, only behind the Bills. And the Bills get a lot of help from their quarterback. The Bears get a little bit of help. I think Josh Allen runs more than Caleb Williams does. I could be wrong. So their run game is real. Tony highlighted it. That's where it started. But the Niners got a lot of reinforcement back. How do you guys feel we're going to match up against their run game in this one versus, some of the other teams in the past? Because just 3 weeks ago, if we went up against a good run team, I was like, yeah, it's a wrap. Like, this team, we can't stop the run. We couldn't tackle. We couldn't plug gaps. We wouldn't contain on the edges. This last week, they kind of flipped the script. They looked really good. What are your guys' thoughts?
Go ahead, Nick. You go.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to touch on that when I first talked about it. I mean, the run game is going to be huge for us to stop. I mean, they have a really good run game. And you can say the rookie out of Rutgers. I always forget his name. And then
Manungai.
DeAndre's, what is it?
Manungai.
Manungai. That's it. Um, and then DeAndre Swift. But the way they play, I think a lot of Caleb Williams being able to uh, excel outside of the pocket also helps with their run game. So um, it's not that Caleb's doing it all by himself, but he does rush a lot. He does take off. Um, I see why I watched the Bears, I think 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. No, it wasn't 2 weeks ago. It might have been because I was in Punta Cana. So um, the I think his ability to escape the pocket helps with the run game, if that makes sense to anybody. Um, just being able to stretch things out and be worried so much about Caleb extending the pocket outside of the pocket, and being able to escape. So I think it's going to be huge to stop the run game. I'm not sure how well we're going to be able to do it. Our run D is not as good as it's been, in years past, but it's also efficient, I guess you could say. Stopping Jonathan Taylor last week, but like you said, they were hurt on the inside. They lost their center in that game as well, which is huge. We know as a Kyle Shanahan team that how important our center is for us, in coverages, play calls, and things like that. But then it goes on the other hand, as Tony was saying earlier, you have Philip Rivers here who can dissect you and read a defense as well as he did. And huge play by D. Winters also on that, picking up that call to be able to take that interception to the house. But you're not going to get that from Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is going to look for his reads. If it's not there, you're going to have to protect and have a spy basically, and keep him inside the pocket. And I think you can force Caleb Williams to make mistakes compared to what you could with Philip Rivers. Go ahead, Tony.
Come on, Tony.
I'm sorry. I'm watching this game. It's a pretty good game. Yeah. No, I listen. They're a good team. Period. I'm not going to discredit this team. They're a good team, but I will tell you this: there's a lot of damn Bears fans, Rams fans. Now you got Packers fans in here watching our show. It's pretty cool, but whatever. But yeah, so they're just going to have to play. They're going to have to swarm to the ball. They're going to have to tackle well. I do think. I think the defense is going to challenge the Bears versus the run. I really do. I think Bethune. I think Kendricks might start getting sprinkled in on the strong side instead of Gifford. And if that happens, I think it's only going to make this run defense even better. I think the two young studs that we drafted this year, Collins and West, really showed something last week. One of them was against Quentin Nelson. I think. I don't know if it was. I think it was Collins, because West was the double team from the center and the opposite guard. But they just this team. And if you remember the beginning of part of the season, right? There's going to be the bumps and the bruises. Lynch said it. Salah said it. But like Mike said it last week, they want to see this defense, the youth on the defense, peak into December and January. And we're starting to get that glimpse of these guys taking that step. I'm not saying they're elite. I'm not saying they're Pro Bowl talent. But you're starting to see the game slow down for them in the trenches. You're starting to see them defeat double teams. They're not getting pushed off the ball. And those are two big dudes. All right. Elliott's back. He played the whole game last week. There was no setback with his injury. He's coming in this week. It's going to be a very interesting game. I do think the Niners are being overlooked versus the run versus Chicago. I think this team is going to come in and try to make a statement, stop the run, and just try to play back coverage on the back end. The problem is, if they can't generate a little pressure, it could be a long day, especially with Ronaldo Green being out. And I think it's going to put a little bit of pressure on the safety. So it's going to be interesting. But I do think the Niners are going to try to shut this run game down. and we're gonna go from there.
What's weird is that I think Caleb Williams struggles more against teams that are slower to pressure him, right? Like, so when you look at what he did against a team like Cleveland, right? And we know that Cleveland has two really good pass rushers on their defensive line, right? He dropped 31 on those guys. It made it look easy, right? But if you look at a team that doesn't have a lot of pass rushing experience, right, or a lot of pass rushers, I won't say experience, but like if you look at like the Eagles, you look at the Packers, right? They put up 24 and 21 respectively. Right? Those teams don't have a Myles Garrett coming off the edge that's hot, right? It's when he stands back there, he overthinks. And I think that's when Caleb Williams can be taken advantage of. If you're pressuring him quickly, oh, let me step up and let me run, right? And he's just going to sit there and pick you apart. And he's going to run up and down the field on you. And, he's going to dink and dunk and do all these different things. That's when it really messes you up. The Niners don't have a pass rush. He's going to be confident in that pocket. He's going to be flat-footed. He's going to think he's got all the time in the world, and then we're going to have to start putting pressure on him. So I think there's a difference in just how you go about getting after a guy like that. Maybe I'm wrong. If you guys see it different, please feel free to say something. But
take notice how
I'm looking at all their games.
Take notice how the Niners rushed versus the Colts, right? They ran upfield, and then the Niners, what they like to do, they like to go upfield and then peel back under and try to get the quarterback up from behind, or to try to catch him on the stunt. The way the Colts blocked them last week, they took that away from them because they know Rivers isn't going anywhere. Now you have to ask yourself, if you look at the history on how they protect Caleb, is it the same, or do they just set up in their pass? They do their kick slide and set up in their pass stance, and then they go one-on-one, and there's no real technique. Okay, let him run wide, we'll just flush him out. Or give up the underneath, we'll know who'll peel out out of the pocket. So there's no real history on how they protect, how they form a pocket for Caleb, rather than how it was set up to protect Phillip Rivers. So I think it's going to be very imperative for this team to just play their game, hit their stunts, swarm, and that's it. And I think this defense can do just enough. Because you got to remember something, right? How did the Bears win that game last week? Wasn't because of that onside kick
and a Hail Mary.
Wasn't because of the onside kick?
And they had to get an onside kick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not
a
like
play with a 3% success rate. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm not discrediting the Bears as being a terrible team or a fake team. They're a good team. They have the same record as us. But if you and I saw some in the comments,
they also play in the NFC North, which is a lot weaker than the NFC West.
You just took it right away from me. Damn.
Sorry.
That's it right there, baby. No, that's it right there, baby.
Cheers to that.
I mean, they're getting 6 games right there in the NFC North that are, that hasn't really. I mean, you can look at the Packers. What are they, 9-5-1? But, the NFC West is the best division in football. I mean, just with the top 3 teams, you have all 3. Are we the last? No, because the South didn't clinch yet either, right?
Did the Bears play the Seattle Seahawks or the Rams?
I don't think so.
Wait. What'd you say? Did the Bears play who?
Did the Bears play the Seahawks or the Rams?
No. So they played us because they were last place in their division last year.
Yeah.
So that's why they have us. We didn't play that whole division.
Oh, my God. What a throw.
What game are you watching right now?
The Houston Texans and Chargers game is on.
Oh,
that started at 4:30.
NFL Network.
Yeah, I've been running around the house doing shit today, so I haven't even.
Yeah, well, we can wrap this thing up, and I still got to go live with the guys from Hive later on also, man. Look, I appreciate you both making some time coming in here, Tony battling through the technical difficulties and everything, and Nick's coming in surprising everybody, man. I mean, I'm looking at the chat. They are still, like, ecstatic that you're back, bro. I wish you could see how many years. They were like, hey, what happened to Nick? And I was like, he hit the lottery and moved to Punta Cana. Like, what happened to Nick? He's in Alaska now right now.
I just got back from Punta Cana, though, so it was funny.
But every time somebody asks what happened to you, I would just say something different. Like, he's down to Mexico hiding with the cartel. Like, I would just make stuff up. Like, it's like, I don't know what you guys want me to tell you, man. Like, that's so it is good to have you guys back. Here, these are going to be my final things here. Let's wrap this thing up in the next 10, 15 minutes. My question to both of you guys is this, right? So we've been watching the Niners this year. Forget the Bears for just 1 second. The Niners have overcome a ton of injuries, a ton of adversity, and it seems to me that the coaching staff is finally the strength of this team and less about the roster and the players. I could be wrong, but what are your guys' thoughts on just that take alone? Like, do you think that this coaching staff is all of a sudden the reason why the Niners are sitting with an 11-4 record versus the actual talent that's on the field?
100%, 100%. And remember last year how we were saying, look, why does his offense look the way it does? He's forcing the ball to Debo. There's no creativity. There's no this. There's no that. There's no this. Well, guess what? Debo's gone. Ayuk's not here. The offense looks better than it did when they were here because it's Brock Purdy threw threw 4 touchdowns to 4 different players last week. When have you seen that in past from any 49ers quarterback under Kyle Shanahan? No. He goes with he spoon feeds people and he forces the ball to certain people as he did in his past practice in San Francisco. But the most important thing of all is the 2 great hires that they made. Boyer with the special teams right off the bat, like it's something that you can't change overnight. It's got to grow. It's got to gel. So you see it now, right? They've invested money in players. This is the first time, other than the kicker, let me be very specific, that the 49ers that I can remember have had, I know they had Jim Schwartz years ago, but since Jim Schwartz, not the defensive coordinator, he's a former linebacker, the 49ers have never had a special team player before. And it's the free agent Luke Gifford that they signed from the Titans. He's a special team player for the NFC. Hopefully he doesn't have to play in the Pro Bowl because he'll be in the Super Bowl. But Boyer came in and turned this special teams unit around 360. Okay? You bring Saleh back, good teacher, good leader. You bring Gus Bradley to work in with him up on the booth. Takes a little bit of pressure off of Saleh so he can see things from up top that maybe Saleh can't see from the sideline. Both from the same system. Saleh learned from Gus Bradley. Gus Bradley's experience, former head coach, everything. It's all positive, right? But those 2 moves, guess what? It freed up Kyle to do his thing and just worry about one thing. It's the offensive side of the ball. And even to a slight extent, his game management improved. All right. This is what happens when they have coaches that aren't plucked because they're doing so well and they're just trying to find the next guy and keep it in-house. Right? They got lucky with D'Amico. I'll tell you that. They 100% got lucky with D'Amico. But other than that, this is the first year that Kyle could be Kyle and say, I'm going to open up my bag and I'm going to do what I want to do with this offense. I'm going to spread the ball around and it's going to be Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, and George Kittle on offense. And we'll just peel off of them. And look at the success that they had. They're putting up points left and right. There's balance. Yes, Christian McCaffrey's going for 1,000 and 1,000. Yes, they're forcing him the ball a little bit. But guess what? He's that type of dude that you could do that. He's that type of player. When he motions out to the slot, they're like, oh, shit. Who's covering him?
Right.
So I'm just really happy to be a 49er fan. I'm really happy this coaching staff. I think the coaching staff, honestly, Kyle Shanahan should be the coach of the year for what he dealt with. I understand he's not going to get it. It is what it is. But for the situation
That's not right.
he was in, I think hands down, they did an excellent job this year. Kudos across the board for finding the right people and giving the special team coach full reign and say, here you go. Get the people you want. Here's the checkbook. Because they got rid of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Look at where they're performing.
Yeah, and Nick, as you answer the question, man, like I hear Tony and he's like, Kyle's not going to get it, and I understand. I don't think that coach of the year is who won the most games. Like that shouldn't be how it is. Like that's some bullshit. Because you know why? The year that we won the most games in the NFL, guess who didn't get it? Kyle Shanahan didn't get it. So like what the hell? Like how much adversity did this guy have to overcome in order for him to get it? He went to a Super Bowl in a year that he used 3 different quarterbacks and still didn't get it.
I think there's 2 guys that are up for it, and that's Liam Cohen and Kyle Shanahan. Just because Liam Cohen's turned that Jaguars team around, obviously, but I still think Kyle Shanahan should have the upper hand in getting that because of
Shit.
what he's gone through. He didn't have all the same players throughout the whole year. He's been through two different quarterbacks. He's down an all-pro, eventual Hall of Fame linebacker. He's down an all-pro, eventually probably Hall of Fame defensive end. Then you go with a backup quarterback. Your receivers and your tight ends, you went with Jake Tunges pretty much, half the year. Um, and then your special teams turns around, and then just what you've done offensively, defensively, and team wise all around with what you've had and next man up mentality. I mean, you lost even your number one first draft pick this year. Like you
Yeah,
lost that in
yeah.
injury
Williams
as
is
well.
gone.
Right. So we're
But
not
Nick,
even talking about that.
people are also saying that Vrabel should be ahead of Kyle Shanahan because of what he's doing in New England. And
No,
like I
I
said,
don't
all
think
they're
so.
doing is winning games. Where's the adversity that these teams
Yeah.
have overcome? Like I just
And
don't get
and
it.
that's the thing is like I'm in agreement with you. Like the only reason I would give Liam Cohen is because that team has been in the trenches for a while, and he's built. He's taken that team from where it was last year to where it is now. But like I said, I can't go with Vrabel because he has great quarterback play the entire season. He's got a great defense that's been playing all year. He's got a hell of a run game. So I just got to go with Kyle Shanahan there. I'm with you on that. I think Kyle Shanahan, hands down, should win it. Does he? Who knows? Who knows? If I had to hand in a Super Bowl win for a Coach of the Year win, I'm taking the Super Bowl all day long.
Ben
You know,
Johnson, Coach of the Year, huh?
yeah. Somebody said Ben Johnson too. I seen that
Bro.
too. But no. What was the question? Because I forget what you asked Tony and I
I was just
before.
saying that. Do you attribute the success of the Niners this year more to the coaching staff than the actual players and talent
Yeah,
on
I
the
mean the
field?
best free agent pickups this year, Tony said, is Robert Saleh and Brant Boyer. Like they're the two biggest pickups of this team for
Mm-hmm.
the free agent pickups. And there's been guys spritzed in there and sprinkled in as well, late additions and things like that. But just because you pick up a guy doesn't mean they're going to succeed. And the guys that we've had that are filling in, coming off the bench or just jumping into their first year in the NFL, Upton Stout, like just guys like that.
Mm-hmm.
CJ West, Alfred Collins, who a lot of people were like, oh, this guy's going to be a bust, in the beginning of the seasons. Well, what they've done with this team all around in all three phases of the football game, and the team in general is just astonishing. It's truly astonishing that you can take, you were a 6-11 team last year, with the injuries that we had, and this year we're moving the ball better, we're playing the ball better, and we're just an all around better football team with rookies and injuries and everything. So coaching matters, man. Gus Bradley was a huge grab. We talked about that, and then I like John Lynch's remarks the other day about Robert Saleh, where he said, he's going to have a tough choice, and he wants to dwindle down to what he's going to decide to do, but the Niners are going to make a big push to keep him there, and they're going to make it worthwhile. So I like that John Lynch sees that, and we'll see what happens. But right now, I'd trade a Super Bowl win in for anything. I don't care about Pro Bowls, selections, anything. It's been a long time coming, and I'm tired of hearing, when was the last time you won a Super Bowl? So, which is true. They have all the right to say that because we've been there enough. And I think I've seen, 1994, man. I've seen us lose more Super Bowls than I did win, and we have 5 of them. And I've been a fan since came out of the womb. So, I just turned 45 this year. So, it's been a long time coming. I'm ready for it. And look, man, I came back on the NBN. It's our year, bro. It's our year.
The
And just
stars
one more
are aligning.
thing. Player development. It's being overlooked with this staff. Player
That
development is
part right there.
really
Yes, baby.
being overlooked, right? And they said what their plan was. They weren't going big money on free agents on the defensive side of the ball. And I got to be honest with you. I watched Minnesota the other day. I'd take Collins, West, Elliott over Hargrave any day. Right now, the way they are playing, take the money out of it. Just production. You know, it's sometimes it's not about bringing in the top free agent. It's about drafting and developing, and that's what they're doing. And they're sticking to their guns. And you know what? Potentially, God willing, Mikael Williams comes back from his ACL. From what I heard, it's a clean ACL tear, nothing else. He'll be ready to go for camp. Guess what? They're building the nucleus of a very solid defense for years to come. And they're all young and they're all cheap. So,
yeah, this team is benefiting from the injuries and getting the experience to a lot of those rookie players. And those rookie players, we're actually seeing them grow week after week. I mean, we saw the Collins and West sacks last week and the sack fumble for Collins and all that, right? 2 firsts in the same game, right? These guys are coming along really, really well. And you can see their confidence once they head back to the sideline. Like, they're not even like, yeah, I did that. They were like, oh, come on, guys. Like, come on. Like, you can see them being humble. Like, I'm just getting started. Like, that's just one thing. I don't want to celebrate it, right? But you can see the feeling. And the best part about all of it is watching how the team reacts to those individual players having that moment of success. Right? This is one of the tightest locker rooms I have seen in a very, very long time.
It's the
right?
culture.
They did the what's that show that they do now? It's called like In the Trenches or From the Trenches or something like that.
Yeah,
that
In the Trenches.
It used to be called Brick by Brick. In the Trenches, right?
Yeah.
And the last episode that came out with started with Sky Moore, right? A special teams guy is hype. We about to do this on prime time. Like, let's go. Like, bro, never have you seen a special teams guy making that kind of noise to start a video of importance for the 49ers in their website. It's just showing that all 3 phases of the game are being represented. The coaches are all here. They've all got their hands and their imprint on the game. And Kyle, like Tony said, finally had the chance to step back and trust the people that he has in place to make the right decisions, and he can really focus and grind on what he's got going.
Yeah, man. And one more thing. The player that solidified this offensive line, Spencer Burford. A lot of people said he was done. He's this, he's that. They're cutting him. Spencer Burford solidified that line. Ever since he was inserted as the left guard, this offensive line gelled and they took off. Kudos to Chris Forster, as well as his assistants. I don't know who they are off the top of my head, but this offensive line is playing. And even, I'm going to say it, and I don't want to get shot at, but Jake Brendel has even stepped his game up a little bit. Not getting pushed around as much.
I think his injury had a lot with that, though.
Yeah, that's what it's showing. Thank God. But, like, you're seeing it. Like, they kept being, oh, Brendel's good. We were just like, yeah, whatever. He sucks. Yeah, they're boys, whatever. But you're seeing it. Like, you're seeing this team just take off. This offensive line just take off. Clean game for the offensive line last week. The one blunder was on Farrell, the tight end, and he actually saved his ass by catching the ball and picking up 4 yards somehow, some way. But whatever.
Yeah.
But listen, bro, it's good. They're young. They're gelling. Player development's there. It's all positive. Let's just let them do their thing, man. That's what they're there for. They're ready. Even the trades, like, yes, we could really use a pass rusher right now, right? We really could. But you know what? From the beginning of the season to the trade deadline, every player that they brought in, we're all contributing.
That's right.
I mean, Keon White's had a couple big games.
Yeah.
You
They're
know,
all adding.
Special moments in the games at the very least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I like it.
I'll shut the hell
So
up now.
really quick. No. We're gonna wrap it up here. We're approaching the 1 hour and a half mark here. Just give me a quick win or loss. I don't want score prediction or anything like that. Do you guys think the Niners can pull it out, making Week 18 the game for the number 1 seed? I'm very interested to know how you guys feel.
Go ahead, Nick.
Niners win. It comes down to Week 18, and I think something happens in that game to forget all about the Dre Greenlaw stop. So, let's go.
Tony, what you got, man? Win or loss this week, man? Come on, man.
Levi's Sunday night. The 94 throwbacks are on. last time we won the Super Bowl.
I told you, stars are aligning, bro.
I'm telling
Stars
you,
are aligning right now.
I think they're going to need the faithful to rock that place and make it loud as shit for them.
Come on,
And I
baby.
think the Niners come out with a dub.
Mm.
And then I think they come back on a primetime game with a dub.
Let's go. Let's
Very
go. I'm
rare
not
that
giving
you
my
see.
prediction.
Has there been a team that ever had done this where their last 2 games of the year and straight through the playoffs to the Super Bowl is in their stadium?
I don't think so.
No, not that way. When the Rams won it in their house, they weren't the number 1 seed. So the
they had to
Rams
go on the
did win
road.
it in their house a couple. Yeah, they went on the road. They were not the number 1 seed straight through. So we do have a chance to make some NFL history here.
Well, the Rams got a home game after they beat us, didn't it? Oh no, well, because that was the Super
After.
Bowl. Yeah, it was the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Now, here's the weird thing: if we make it to the Super Bowl with the visiting team, because
I
the
said the
AFC
Super
won it. Yeah,
Right.
that's crazy because of the NFC won it last year, so the AFC is now officially the home team on paper, but. None of that shit matters. Hey, we can check out our own visiting locker room if we want to. Just give Jed York and his people some time to go out there and make some upgrades to that visiting locker room because the Niners are going to be in there now. You know what I mean? Bump that Wi-Fi up out there, some shit. Listen, I'm not going to give my final prediction here because I have another show that I have to do with Zach and Matt from my guys from 49ers Hive. It's going to be coming to you guys later this evening. So make sure you guys are locked in. Turn those notifications so you know when we're going live, man. This has been a lot of fun. I want to thank Tony. I want to thank Nick for jumping in here, man. And we're going to end this one the way that we normally do. Just some final thoughts really quick. The screen has already been adjusted. Nick, people haven't seen you the longest, so you go first, and then I'll let Tony go, and then I'll wrap us up, man.
Yeah, no, appreciate you having me on and stopping by and being back in the NBN family type thing here with the chat. But I appreciate you for that. Tony, it's good to see you. Mike,
Same here.
all as well. Happy New Year to you guys and Merry Christmas as well. I'll try to jump on again eventually. But yeah, I mean, look, Niners have surprised me. I'm not going to stop that surprising now. This team has been through so much adversity, so much trials and tribulations, and I just feel like something's different this year. No matter what it is, I mean, I said it earlier. I'll be happy with this team no matter what happens this year because between the coaching, the players, just the effort that's been given throughout all 53 players and more throughout this year has just made me happy to be a Niners fan again. Obviously, not that I'm not always happy to be a Niners fan, but something more to cheer for. Look, I still think there's statements to be made by this Niners team. And I feel that, with it being where we're at now and having the chance to still play for the number 1 seed and then play all throughout the playoffs at home and a Super Bowl if we can make it there, it's amazing. So, I just pray for good health and, just play clean football. That's all I ask for from this team. If they don't win this game, which I think they're going to, I'm not going to give score predictions, but if they don't win this game, I'm still happy for them. And, they're still in the playoffs. They made it further than a lot of people thought they were going to. So, yeah, just stay healthy, play a clean game, and above all else, stay faithful. That's pretty much all I have.
I like it. Tony, man, you're up, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, I just want this team to play 49 football, what they're able to play, what they're capable of playing, and what they have been playing over the last week and the week before. I understand some opposing team fans in here saying, bro, who'd they play? Well, you're right. Who'd they play? They played 2 NFL teams. One of them gave the current number 1 seed fits. So with that being said, it's all about respect. You got to respect the team as the Bears as a football team with the same record as the 49ers. But on the other hand, one hand washes the other. You got to respect the Niners for what they're doing, plus all the adversity that they've been through and the current situation of their roster with probably $100 million, probably about $80 million that are currently on the IR that are not able to play. So It is what it is. I just want the Niners to come out, do their thing. As long as they don't shoot themselves in the foot, stupid playoffs, anything like stupid penalties, anything like that. They come out, play a clean game, and if they lose, the better team beats them. They beat them. It is what it is. The better team won. But if they play their game. I do think the Niners are the better team right now. And going forward, I think the Niners could beat this team. I'm not going to say it's going to be a performance like last week, but I just think the experience
I don't
of
care
the
if they win by a
49ers.
half a point. Just
Exactly.
win.
I just think
Just
like I
win.
just think the experience of the 49ers that they have on that roster is going to give them the edge. That's just my opinion. I that's the way I see it. I think Kyle Shanahan's on a mission. I think Robert Sala's on a mission. I think this whole team from top to bottom, from the owner all the way down to the guy who cleans the toilet bowls in the locker room, is on a mission. So, we'll see. Just pray the Lord everyone stays healthy. They come do their thing, and that's that.
Yeah.
Word.
I like that a lot, man. I like that a lot. Listen, man, guys, last time the 49ers lost, it was against the Rams. And I came on and I said, the Niners, I'm not worried about them. We're going to win 5 of the next 6. And the Niners then continued to run off 5 wins in a row. And here we are at the next 6. That was a gut feeling, and my gut has been 100% all season long. I'm not going to give my winner or loser in this one. You guys got to tune into the next show for that. But I will tell you guys, sometimes you just got to trust your gut. So I'll break all that down later on, man. I want to thank again Tony. Thank my man Nick for jumping in. I appreciate you guys both for making some time, taking out of this busy holiday weekend. I hope you guys have both had and enjoyed a blessed holiday week with your family and friends and loved ones. Or even if you guys decide to isolate and just chill out by yourself, I hope it was peaceful for you guys, all right? Tony, continue to heal up and recuperate over there. Nick, you continue along your journey, man, and you guys both know I'm going to be praying for you guys every single step of the way. Shout out to the faithful who tuned in. Shout out to everybody who is watching out there right now. You guys are A+. Absolutely love you guys. And we're going to get up out of here, man. That's all I got. So let's go home, man. Prepare for glory. Anticipate pain.
But
Come
always,
on, Tony.
remain faithful.
We out of here.
We out of here, y'all.
Peace.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey. See, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us,